You know, I used to think that the reason why my parents didn't want me drinking alcohol is because they were just scared that I would get drunk. But now that I'm an adult and I can buy alcohol whenever I want, whenever I go to the liquor store, I still don't buy alcohol. And it's not because I don't like it or I don't enjoy it. It's actually because when I look at the ingredients, it brings back a memory of when I was a kid and I thought that alcohol was just another type of juice. So when I was a kid, probably about 4 or 5 years old, we would go to the grocery store and my mom would let me pick out a bottle of juice. And there were two types of sections. The regular grocery store section, where they had all the name brand juices. And then there was a section where they had all the generic brands. And for some reason, the generic brands always had way better deals. So one time my mom said, "Hey, why don't you pick out a bottle of juice from this section?" So I went over, looked around, and saw that all the generic juices were in these big jugs, and the only kind of juice that they had in small bottles were the name brand juices. So I thought that meant that those juices were higher quality. So I picked out a small bottle of what I thought was cranberry juice, brought it up to my mom, and she opened it, and it was alcohol. And so after that experience, I started looking at all the bottles of alcohol, and they all looked like they were from the same family. They all had the same shape, they all had the same color, and the only difference was the label. And the reason why I thought that was so weird is because with other types of beverages, like soda or juice, they come in different shapes and colors, but all the bottles of alcohol pretty much look the same. So I started thinking to myself, wow, are all the types of alcohol the same? Like if I drink this whole bottle, will I get all the benefits of whatever is in here? So I decided to do an experiment. The next time I went to the grocery store, I picked out a few different types of alcohol, and I poured them all into a clear pitcher so I could see the difference in color. And it turns out that most of them were the same color. The only difference was this one. This one was a little bit darker. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, maybe the darker the color, the stronger the alcohol. So the next time I went to the store, I picked out a few different types of alcohol. And I looked at the colors and I thought to myself, maybe this one's too light. Maybe I should pick this one instead. And I remember picking out this one specific bottle of alcohol because I thought it was the perfect color. You know, golden hued. Not too dark, not too light. And I remember bringing it home and pouring it into a glass and taking a sip and thinking, wow, this tastes so good. It almost tastes like apple juice. And then I kept drinking and I remember finishing the whole bottle in one sitting.